April the 4th, 1968. April the 4th, 1968. At 6:01 p.m., Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. walked out onto the balcony of the Divine Lorraine Hotel, Black-owned in Memphis. And within minutes, a sharpshooter from the Memphis Police Department would almost take his life. But Dr. King would arrive at the hospital with a bullet wound to the head, alive. But he would be suffocated by police and doctors with a pillow inside the hospital until he died. And we know this because a white nurse. We know this because a white nurse. We know this because a white nurse witnessed Dr. King being suffocated in the hospital by white police and white doctors until he died. According to William Pepper, the King family attorney, in a book called The Plot to Kill Dr. King, you must read it. Google William Pepper, like salt and pepper. Google William Pepper and read his books on the assassination of Dr. King. According to him, the good Reverend Jesse Jackson, intentionally or inadvertently, according to him, the good Reverend Jesse Jackson was an informant in the FBI, for the FBI, who provided intelligence to the authorities that gave them information they needed to carry out the murder of Dr. King. Now, Reverend Jackson is dealing with COVID right now. I hope he recovers because I don't know absolutely if he was an accomplice in the Dr. King assassination. I don't know if he was absolutely. But it sounds like he had knowledge that King would die that day, and he did nothing to stop it. We also know that there was a group of brothers in the community who were there to defend Dr. King's life. There were a group of brothers who were there in Memphis to defend Dr. King's life, and Reverend Jackson told them that their services were not needed. Reverend Jackson told them their services were not needed. Reverend Jackson told them their services were not needed. Brothers and sisters, brothers and sisters, brothers and sisters, I'm not even halfway through. We ain't even hit the 70s yet. You know what? I might take you up to 1970 and stop at 1970. Maybe I should take you up to No, this is 68, yeah. Maybe I should take you up to 1970. Oh, man, I got like 10 more pages of 1968. I got 10 more pages of notes. I got 10 more pages of notes for 1968. Intellectual Ephod Tunde. I got 10 more pages of notes. I'm going to have to come back. I'm going to have to come back. I'm going to have to come back. I want to say this. When I read our history and the people who struggled and sacrificed and stood and fought for us, I am so humbled and so honored to be here to carry on the legacy and the life work of those who came before me. And I want you to be the same way. I am humbled and honored. We are the inheritors. We have an inheritance, brothers and sisters. We are the children of the Ma'afa. I am the descendants of those who came on slave ships. I am the descendants of those who fought in the Civil War. I am the offspring of Douglas and Tubman and Ida B. Wells and Fannie Lou and Mega and Fred Hampton. I inherited their struggle, brothers and sisters. I inherited their struggle. And I have a responsibility, and so do you, to keep the torch lit. Keep the fire of African liberation burning. Keep the flames of Pan-African revolution alive. We have a responsibility to finish the work of Dr. King, finish the work of El Hajj Malik El Shabazz, finish the work of Kwame Nkrumah and Patrice Lumumba and Sekou Touré and Amilcar Cabral and Dedan Kimathi and Menelik II and His Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie and Winnie and Nelson and Chris Hani and Steve Biko and Robert Sobukwe and Shaka Kasensa Kagona Zulu and Maurice Bishop and Peter Tosh and all the great African activists. I am honored to be an African. Indigenous is an adjective. Indigenous is not a noun. Do you understand? The word African is older than the word indigenous. What am I calling myself indigenous for? That's a white man's word. My ancestors never called themselves indigenous, but they did call themselves African. Brothers and sisters, I'm proud to be African. I'm not ashamed of nothing my people been through. Because we fought and we won and we overcame it. I'm a chain. You are a chain in the link of great African ancestors. Brothers and sisters, you are a chain in the link of great African ancestors. Brothers and sisters, you are a chain in the link. If you look at your DNA under a microscope, it looks like a chain. Do you know what that means? Why does the DNA in your body, in your blood, look like a chain? The DNA sequence looks like a chain because we are chained to our ancestors through a blood oath. Blood in, blood out. You have an oath with your ancestors that you don't even know about. Brother C.J., you're wrong.